Hi there and welcome. You're joining me today for a quick transformation. Now I've got this maxi dress that I'm not feeling anymore. I'm really, not fussed about it. So I'm going to make this into a pair of trousers. So let's get started and see how it's done. Now before I actually get started, what I've actually done is I've took the dress, and where it's just underneath the arms, I'm actually getting the edges, both edges, and wrapping that round to make sure that I know that it's going to be wide enough to make the trousers. So I'm using these shorts to actually take the pattern off. So I'm going to start by putting one leg inside the other, and these shorts will be wider than what this is, so I'm just going to slightly alter the pattern. Right, so first of all, let me just get that. Right, so I've got the dress obviously folded exactly in half, and I've got the hems lined up at the bottom there. So I'm going to come a few inches down from under the arms because I think it would be too tight there. Let me just check. Oh, so that's, do you know what? Let me see what that is. Yes, I'm going to come down because it's just a bit wider there. Right, so obviously these shorts are a lot wider than what these trousers are going to be, but these are very, very wide leg. So I'm just going to come across here. I'm going to fetch that over so that the crotch is not as deep as what it is on there. Right, so I'm going to start by just cutting this and bringing that up. It's taking a bit of cutting that because it's actually 4 thicknesses, and then I'm going to have a really narrow elastic on that as the waist. So I've just cut just past the top a centimetre, and then on here, from where this is here, I'm just going to come here and take that up to where I started there. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be measuring it and marking it at the centre to cut it up. Right, so let me just get my tape measure. Right, I've had that somewhere. Where is it? Here we go. Get my scissors. And then let me just start marking this and then cutting it on both sides straight up the centre. Right, so I'm coming inside that seam allowance, so that's 26. So I'm going to mark it at 13. And then because that's white, you can't really see it. So it's going narrower as I'm going up. So that's 25 and then just going over. So that's going to be 12 and a half. That's just going there. And as I'm doing this, I'm just going to start cutting as I'm going. Like that. Right, so I'm going to do the exact same on the other full piece, but I'm going to do that off camera. Right, so I've now got 2 legs. I've kept the original hem from the dress, so I'm going to take it to the Duke and put it together. Right, so I'm going to start first of all by overlocking the outside of the leg. Just get the top of the leg there. Pull that out, lining them up. the other one. And I'm not looking at taking any off this. Right, so I'm going to turn one the right way. I'm going to put it inside the one that's not the right way. And I'm going to stitch up the crutch. Right, so let me just get to the top of that. Now line up them seams at the bottom of the crutch there. Okay, just get the tops of them too. And line this up. Right, so I'm just going to overlock around the top. Right, so I'm going to go on to the other juke. Right, so what I've just done, and I've literally just done this off camera, is that at the end of this leg where I overlocked it, I've just pulled the overlocking over and back tacked over that overlocking so it secures the end of the trouser, and I've done that on both legs. So I've already gone ahead and cut my elastic for my waist, and I am going to be overlapping this by 1 inch. But then what I've done is, as I've got that, I've come to the bottom to get my half measurement, and then I've put it in half again to get my quarter measurement, so the elastic is even all the way around. Right, so let me just get this right side facing down, bring that overlocking up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this overlap to the back. I mean, they're the same legs, so front to back don't matter, but I'm just saying that this will be the back. Right, so I'm going to put that in, just move them out of the way, do a good back tack, and then I'm going to get this first clip and pull it to the first seam, and then I'm just going to put that so it's just underneath, lying underneath that overlocking. But I'm going to just help it through at the back. I'm not pulling it, I'm just holding it straight. And then again I'm going to put that overlocking down, put the elastic over it, and then again I'm going to go to the next seam, get the next clip and pull that to the seam. Needle down, because whenever you're going to be pulling and tugging, you do want your needle to be down, because otherwise you'll pull it from under your foot. Okay. And then another back tack. So let me just cut all these excess cottons off. Get rid of those clips. And then I'm just going to fold this over, and then I'm going to stitch in the centre of that overlocking. Good back tack again. To the first seam, pull that over, and I'm pulling this so that I've not got any excess, you know, in this area. Needle down, and at this point that overlocking stitch here, I'm going to make sure that that is under and inside. There we go. Alright, then I'm just going to pull it till I get to the next seam. Really good back tap when I'm finishing off. Cut them threads off. Now if you haven't tried this really thin elastic yet, I would highly recommend it because it is so comfortable on. So they've turned out pretty swanky, and like I said, I love the thin elastic. I just love it. You can always put a deeper elastic waist on if you prefer deeper, but seriously, try the thin elastic. So if you've got any maxi dresses that you're tired of, consider making them into a pair of trousers, because normally there's a lot of fabric, isn't there, in a maxi dress? And I'm just fortunate that I've got the length of a full length trouser. So I hope you've enjoyed this upcycle, guys. If you have, don't forget that thumbs up. Till next time, bye for now.